Hello everybody, we're the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host Jum. Today we talk about The Fault in Our Stars. The young adult movie that came out, years ago. 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name again? Tom Green or something?
John Green.
John Green.
Who? Starring Shailene Woodley and like a bunch of other famous young adult actors at the time. And yeah. I have to admit, when I first watched this movie, I didn't like it. Because I was like, I don't know. I guess I was an edgy teen being like, it's a young adult movie. Yuck. It's about romance. No, thank you. It's about the concept of death. I don't know if I can comprehend that. Don't know if I can comprehend how that enriches life by making life more sweeter. Because you're like, well, our time here is limited. So yeah. Too big of a comprehension to be like, I get that, definitely. But like, you experience things in life, especially the more better things, and I went back to this movie and I'm like, oh fuck, I underestimated you. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be very honest with you. I never seen this movie until I watched it with my girlfriend, like
a
few weeks back.
Oh.
Like, my girlfriend finally convinced me to watch Fault in Our Stars when I've had a 10-year long just like, you know what, I think I could go through life without watching this movie, and I do agree with you. I'm like, damn, I was a little too harsh on you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. There are some concepts here where I'm just like, oh.
Right.
Like, because it's very 2010, early 2010s indie kind of tropey romance, where we clearly see a lot of our other classmates trying to do.
Yeah.
Where we're just like, I don't want to be them. And I still don't.
Yeah. I mean, well, getting to the meat of this movie, both Hazel and Augustus, played by Shailene Woodley, and God, I can't remember his name. Ansel Elgort. There we go.
Ansel Elgort. Yeah.
Are two people who meet up at the support group for people who have cancer, and Hazel, her lungs are the ones that's most affected. I forgot the specific term.
I forgot as well, but it's just like asthma times 100 kind
of.
Deal.
And I think
Ansel Elgort has like a spinal thing.
Yeah, or like a digestive tract, because there's a tube in his gut. So
right. He has a catheter thing.
Yeah. But like they fall for each other, and you're like, I hope it works out well. Like back then, I was like, again, I was just like, I don't care about this movie. Now I'm just like, I hope it works out well. I know the ending of this movie, though it's been years since I've seen it last. Before I saw this for this video, so I'm like, oh yeah, forgot about this.
Again, I was still in that mentality of like, oh. Like, this is gonna be a very cheesy early 2010 indie romantic movie. So I'm watching it with my girlfriend. Every time Ansel Elgort speaks, I'm just like, oh. And then she's like, stop it!
Yeah.
Probably one of the best parts of watching that movie is just annoying my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then like when Ansel Elgort just pulls out the cigarette, he's like, "Oh, you smoke, but you're like dying." And he's like, "Yeah, but like I choose not to smoke it."
I was just like,
"Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah, that part I was still like, "Can you please stop doing that?"
Yeah.
Like even the stewardess is like, "I don't give a fuck about your metaphor."
When like the stewardess comes up, he's like, "Oh no, it's a metaphor." Well, we don't allow metaphors on the plane. I was like, "Goddamn right."
Yeah, but they both like this book, the An Imperial Affliction. I guess it's like their version of Pride and Prejudice. Hint, at our next video. But yeah, like through that book, the Augustus is like able to contact the author who lives in Amsterdam, and then he tells Hazel like, "Hey, I convinced the genies." I don't know how that works. I guess it's like their version of Make-A-Wish.
I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's like maybe for them to like get through like legal names, they just call it like another name.
Yeah. And like he does it for Hazel because Hazel already was like, I wanted to go to Disney World because I don't have much time, so why not? And he's
Yeah.
like, nah, we're going to Amsterdam. And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah. And like,
I would say though the character development between the two, where like she goes on her like on a date and I think prom as well.
yeah,
With Anton Elgor was very sweet. Like I do like their dynamic. Again, as much eye rolling as I did for Anton Elgor, I do like the moments where he is genuinely being sweet to her.
yeah,
You know, he's not trying to pull a like, hey, I'm the pretty much the star of the movie, kind of like, oh, I'm gonna swoon you over.
yeah,
When he's genuinely trying to take care of her, that's the parts where I'm like, oh, okay, actually, I'm kind of into it.
yeah,
And I love it that they also have that one friend played by Nat Wolf.
yeah.
Nate Wolf, Nat Wolf. I might be getting the brother wrong because there's two of them. But he has eye cancer.
Oh yeah, and then this girl just like, bye.
Like peace, and like this guy loses his eyes, but has the best fucking personality after losing them. I'm like, man, you're kind of like just like a toned down version of a Matt Murdock. I'm like, cool.
Like minus the armor and bullet and
The,
stuff.
yeah, all the crime fighting and bald man crushing your head with the door.
Oh god.
I would say he was a big standout in
Yeah,
this
definitely.
movie.
Well, unfortunately, they go to Amsterdam to see the otter, and he's played by William Dafoe.
Willem
and,
Dafoe.
and he's a dick, and you're like, well, like watching it now, I'm just like, why are you such a dick, man? And it's like
Yeah.
later on that you're like, oh, I get it. Actually,
Yeah.
no, you're still a dick.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Like he like goes into the car. Well, we're kind of jumping in a little too far,
Yeah.
but yeah. So they go to Amsterdam to visit this writer, and it's one of her like dreams to meet this author because they kind of left the book open ended,
Yeah,
and she just wants to know what the ending is. And so they go to Amsterdam. They find out like he didn't invite them. The agent did. And the agent's like trying to kind of rekindle a little bit of life into this old author by having one of their dying fans like come in and ask some questions.
yeah.
Sadly, like he's like, get the fuck out of here. Even I was like, when Anton Elgor was like, you piece of shit. I was like, kind of the same. I was like,
You're a piece of shit. Like, come on, man. Like, can't you just answer these questions for these fans? You know, please.
yeah. And like, I do love it that my girlfriend's like seeing that I'm a tad bit invested now, and she's like, mm-hmm. Like, there's a part I'm like, you fucking.
Yeah. And then the secretary is like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just have a fun time in Amsterdam. Going to the Anne Frank house. I'm like, I mean, sure.
What? I'm like, you couldn't bring them for like pretzel or something.
Like, can you just take them
straight up-
out? Like, let's go to a very sad point in history to see. And you're like, sure, if that's your way to spend time with the guest your boss
Yeah.
offended, sure.
I love how the secretary is just like she could clearly see that Hazel's having a hard time going up the stairs because they're hella steep.
Yeah.
And just like, come on.
Like, I don't
like-
know what's gonna be worse, the crushing disappointment or these fucking stairs.
You know, I guess it's supposed to be like a message
Yeah.
or like kind of like a metaphor, another metaphor where like she got up to the place of where there was solitude or something like that for Anne Frank.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, she's like carrying her like oxygen tank like up the stairs, and I'm like, really? You couldn't just been like, okay, you know what? Let's go back down.
Alright.
We could stop here.
Like, or let's do something that doesn't involve heavy physical activity.
Yeah, but anyway, she gets up the stairs, and that's where Anson Elgor and Hazel they finally kiss, and yeah, they kind of made a promise to each other now, like, and it's kind of nice. And that's when we find out that he doesn't have much time.
Yeah. His time is very limited. And like, I think that's when the movie takes a turn and you're like, oh, right, I forgot the stakes. Fuck. Oh damn.
Yeah, because the entire time our eyes are on Hazel.
Yeah.
It's never on what's his name,
Augustus.
Augustus.
Yeah.
And like yeah, because again he paints a whole picture for himself where he's like, I'm fine, I'm great, I'll go the distance just to make sure you're okay. When we didn't even consider his feeling.
Yeah.
He just had to pull that fucking cigarette metaphor.
Yeah, like the scene when he like needs he's in an emergency because his tube is now infected and he's like spitting out bile. I'm like, man, can you just take it easy on yourself? Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, where like he kind of like ran away. He's in his car. He's having like a full-on meltdown. It's a very shocking scene because again, this entire time you think this character is very capable. This character is okay.
Yeah.
When he's clearly not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a bit of a shocking scene. And I'm like, damn, that kind of hits hard. And that's when I see my girlfriend like tearing up and stuff. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Also, the scene when they have their eulogies for each other. I was like, damn, I don't think I would be able to do that. I think I'd be like, can we not do that today?
Not gonna lie, I choked up at that scene where they're at the church.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
yeah, same here. I was like, damn.
Like, they got me. Damn you, John Green.
Yeah. I think if I was in that situation, I'd be like, can we just wait until we cross that bridge? Until you cross that bridge? I don't want to do this now, man. But yeah, unfortunately, Augustus dies, and like it's a very sad scene. And like that's when Willem Dafoe was like, hey, I'm here in my second scene to talk about my daughter and like give this note that you think is from me, but it's actually from your boy. But like Hazel very rightfully shows like, can you get the fuck out of my car? Like, you're a piece of shit. I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah. I agreed. Like I was just like, I'm like, bruh, can't you read the room?
Yeah.
You know, she's clearly grieving. But yeah, he finds a way to like it, to kind of sneak that note in.
I think the line that stuck with me like this time watching it was the whole like, I've been saving my 10 until the right moment, and this is the right moment. And I'm like, oh fuck, because she's like, oh, you gave me a future when I didn't know I'd had one. And I was like, can this movie fucking stop? I'm sorry I didn't like you before. Can you stop making me feel things?
Very true. And then yeah, she reads the note, and I forgot what it said verbatim, but it was like his final words to her. I think it was his eulogy for her.
Yeah. Like it's made to look like for Willem Dafoe, but it's actually for her. I'm like, oh damn, that's sweet. And like,
yeah.
I guess it ends where you're like, I hope Hazel lives a fulfilling life, whatever that may be.
Yeah, again, I do like that ending where it's an open-ended ending, just like the book, where you don't know if Hazel, like, lives a normal life after this, is able to recover from her illness, or probably she's with, Augustus. So, again, it's very open-ended. It's up to your interpretation. But yeah, it was a very sweet and like very like gray ending. Very bittersweet.
Yeah, and like this movie, I guess, for me, it's one of the better young adult movies where I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, like I was like, Divergent. After the first two Hunger Games, I was like, eh.
Yeah, like wasn't there like another romantic movie the following year, like Paper Towns or something? And
Paper Towns. It's by John Green as well, but I remember my girlfriend said the movie wasn't as good as Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, I think it also had Nat Wolff and had.
Yeah, he's not blind in this one, and
Cara
Delevingne. Yeah,
the DJ from GTA 5.
GTA.
Yeah. Blew my mind when I found out. I was like, son of a bitch, Enchantress was the DJ.
Yeah, it was only for like non-stop pop.
Yeah.
But I was mostly on Radio Mirror Park. That was like my favorite station in GTA 5.
Anyway, it's not about GTA 5. It's about The Fault in Our Stars. And what would you rate The Fault in Our Stars?
I would rate The Fault in Our Stars another 8. Or I'm giving it an 8 because I would say, yeah, it was a very nice movie. I like how it was like. I like the pacing of it. I do like the story between like Augustus and Hazel. I didn't like the parts where he's kind of being sly. He's kind of being like, hey,
Yeah,
you know, he's like he's trying to court her. I was not a fan of that. There are a lot of tropes here where I'm just like, I can live without.
yeah,
There are a lot of times where yes, I do mean the eye roll. So I'm just like, ugh, you know. But other than that, it is a very sweet story about two people going through a very short life, and it is unfair when, especially when they both have their breakdowns where they do wanna experience more in this life, but
yeah.
they just can't.
Yeah, they
And
were
it's
just given the worst cards in life. You're just like, you just
yeah,
have to play them right, unfortunately.
yeah, and it's heartbreaking when you do hear them say it's not fair. And I'm just like, those
Yeah.
were the parts where it started tugging on my hearts.
Yeah,
I say 8 is still a good score for this, and yeah, I was a little too harsh on you when I was a child.
yeah,
I wasn't into this kind of stuff before, but I was more of like, hey, what's the next Batman movie coming out?
right. Yeah,
But
all that Thanos meme of like, I'm sorry, little one. It's too harsh
yeah,
on you.
but now I get it. You know,
Yeah.
like I get what you guys are talking about. I get why this movie is like highly praised.
Yeah,
And I'm like, all right, and for sure around that time, the things that Anson Elgort did was just like, okay, I get it. For sure, like girls or boys would have like been like swooning over this guy.
yeah, yeah. I'll give us an 8 out of 10, despite his character. Like, me too. I was like, why am I giving this movie a second chance again? Why with the stupid cigarette metaphor? Like I wish everybody, aside from the airline pilot, said that to him. I was like, enough of your stupid metaphor, man. It's kind of tone deaf too, dude. Around
Yeah, a
with
little
people around you.
Yeah, I give him this. He never flew before. So.
That's true. So he didn't know. So like, yeah, I can give him that. But like, when the movie like reminds you of like what's at stake, which is like the limited time they have, you're just like, oh man, wow, it's really hitting now. And like, it's a very well acted movie too. Like, there are also some shots that I'm like, wow, that's pretty good for a young adult movie. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then I do like the soundtrack. Like, I have a couple of the songs in my Spotify.
Ah, yeah. They had like M83 here.
Yeah.
I think Passion Pit is here as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of like really good like indie artists at the time.
Yeah. And like, yeah. I just wish we saw more of Shailene Woodley nowadays. I guess she's not as active anymore, which is fine. But like, she's a good actress. So again, I just like to see more of her.
I do remember you guys saying that she might be, if ever Andrew Garfield like takes up the whole Spider-Man mantle again, she is a possible Mary Jane.
Yeah, I mean, she was Mary Jane for those deleted scenes in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't see why she can't reprise that role. And like, yeah, I guess I don't know what else to say, but like, I do like John Green as a person too. Like, I like his YouTube channel, the whole something explained in this amount of minutes. I'm like, this is fun. All right.
I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I heard he is a chill guy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been our video for The Fault in Our Stars. To the audience watching, what other young adult movies should we tackle, if ever? I don't know. Like, we still have Catching Fire from the Hunger Games, and like, we still have Divergent or
No.
Twilight. No.
I'll do Twilight, just not Divergent.
Not even the Maze Runner.
No, I'll do that. That's fine.
Let's see if we can try to get Jump to do at least one Divergent.
I don't know, man. Like, I watched the movie, I was just like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Maybe the second
I
time
saw that scene where she was like at the punching bag and she was like, she's like doing that. I'm just like, I'm out.
Again, maybe just one for Jump sanity. But yeah, if you like what you see here, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on TikTok and Spotify. TikTok to see our best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. Individually, I'm Zoda's Voices on TikTok and Ants Wolf on Letterboxd. Where can I find you?
Oh, you can find me at JohnJuM_ on Instagram and Ismail.
And until the next time, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
show.
All right.
Sorry.
Great. It's like, what did I do?